गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। Today we are entering into the 43rd chapter of the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, and we have seen how the Lord, having entered the Mathura Nagari, he has killed the washerman, he has been he has blessed the weaver, he has blessed the Sudama Mali, he has blessed the Sudama Mali, and then towards the end he has even blessed the Kubja. Kubja is the Trivakra. धीरे से बनता है, हाँ ठीक है। And this Trivakra is the Kubad or Kubja, another name for it. And this Trivakra, the three टेढ़ापन जो अपने अंदर है, that Swamiji says is Dambha, Swartha and Bhoga. Dambha is hypocrisy, Swartha is selfishness, and Bhoga is wanting to enjoyment. To enjoy, seeking enjoyment through objects is Bhoga. So these three, slowly. So in this way, the Lord, only Lord can fix these three. We cannot fix them ourselves. See? And having brought that, fixed that, now the Lord, we saw last week that he enters into the arena, goes around with his friends, but by that time it is sunset, and therefore he goes back to his camp along with his friends to rest. Next morning they get up, take their shower in the river, get again dressed in the fresh clothes, and what happens? अथ त्रिचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः श्रीशुक उवाच अथ कृष्णश्च रामश्च कृतशौचौ परन्तप मल्लदुन्दुभिर्घोषम् श्रुत्वा द्रष्टुमुपेयुतुः रङ्गद्वारं समासाद्य तस्मिन्नागमवस्थितम् अपश्यत् कुवलया पीडम् कृष्णोऽम्बष्टप्रचोदितम् बद्ध्वा परिकरं शौरी समुह्य कुटिलालकान् उवाच हस्तिपं वाचा मेघनादकवीरया अम्बष्टाम्बष्टमार्गं नौ देह्यपक्रममाचिरं नो चेत् सुकुञ्जरं त्वाद्य नयामि यमसाधनम् एवं निर्भर्त्सितोऽद्वम्बष्ठ कुपितकोपितं गजं चोदयामास कृष्णाय कालान्तकयमोपमम् करीन्द्रस्तमविधृत्य करेण तरसाग्रही कराट् विगलितः सोमुं निहत्याङ्घ्रीष्वलीयत संक्रुद्धस्तमश्चक्षाणो घ्राणदृष्टिसकेशवं परामृशत्पुष्करेण सप्रसह्य विनिर्गतः पृच्छे प्रगृह्याति बलं धनुषः पञ्चविंशतिं विचकर्षत्यथा नागं सुपर्ण इव लीलया सपर्यावर्तमानेन सव्यदक्षिणतोच्युतः बभ्राम्येन गोवत्सेनेव बालकः ततो विमुखमभ्यित्य पाणिना हत्यवारणं प्राद्रवन् पातयामास सपृश्याम पदे पदे सधावन् क्रीडया भूमौ पतित्वा सहसोत्थितः तं मत्वा पतितं क्रुद्धो दन्ताभ्यां सोहनक्षितिं स्वविक्रमे प्रतिहते कुञ्जरेन्द्रोत्यमर्षितः चोद्यमानो महामात्रैः कृष्णामभ्यद्रवत् वृषा तमापदन्तमासाद्य भगवान् मधुसूदनः निगृह्य पाणिना हस्तं पातयामास भूतले पतितस्य पदाक्रम्य मृगेन्द्र इव लीलया दन्तमुत्पाट्य नैभं हस्ते पाशधनद्धरिः. So here we see that अथ कृष्णश्च रामश्च कृतशौचौ परन्तप मल्लदुन्दुभिर्निर्घोषं श्रुत्वा द्रष्टुमुपेयतुः. So this Krishnashcha Ramashcha, Krishna and Ram, Lord Shri Krishna and Balramji, they get up in the morning, they finish their ablutions, and on hearing the sound of the Dundubi, Malla Dundubi Nirghosham. So when the announcement was done in those days, there was no radio, it was the trumpet and the conch and everything. So when the announcement was made, they heard that and they started moving towards the arena of where the tournament was going to be held. And when they reached the entrance, Rangadwaram samasadya tasmin agamavastitam apashyat kulaya pidam krishnom bashtak prachoditam. When they reached the gates of the arena, there what do they see? That apashyat kuvalaya pidam, and they see the Kuvalaya Pid, who had the strength of 1,000 elephants. He was standing there and the Mahut was sitting on top of him and waiting to welcome him. And what is that? Badhva pratikaram shaurihi samohiya kutilalakan uvacha hastipam vacha meghanada gabhiraya. And in this way, when he saw the elephant standing there, what do you ladies do when you have to get doing something? Suppose you got the chunni, immediately chunni comes from here and you tie it here, isn't it? The sari comes, you tuck it in and then you start working. Krishna also did the same. He took his angavastra. Where is the angavastra? हाथ में घूमता रहता है, फटाफट यहाँ पे बांधा, कमर टाइट की, कमर कसली बोलते हैं ना, कमर कसली, and he was ready for the challenge. And in this way, then it says, what? Ambashthambashthmargam nau dehyapakramava machiram no chet sukunjaram twadya nayami yamasadanam. In the fourth verse he says, Krishna Bhagavan is telling him that, oh Mahut, whatever his name was, Mahuti bhi bolenge. Mahut is just like the driver of the horse is called a horseman. Similarly, the driver of the controller of the elephant is called a Mahut. And he told, oh Mahut, please let us go. We have come to see the tournament and get out of the way without any wastage of time. Already kamar kasli hai, because if you don't, I'll finish this elephant along with you. I'll send you to Yamalok, Yama Sadhanam. I'll send you to Yamalok. Acha, the moment Yamaraj hears, Mahut hears this, he feels affronted. He has already been told by the Kams and his ministers. Then, evam nirbhart sito bashtha kupita kopitam gajam chodayamasa krishnaya kalantakaya mopamam. So, the moment this fellow hears the words of Lord Shri Krishna, immediately the driver became angry, and having become angry, they called, what is that called? Goad. Ankush bolte hai na? Ankush. You know how does it look? It's a small spear with a thing on the side. So with that they hit behind the ear of the elephant, and that's how they control him. And the elephant started running towards the Lord with full rage, because already they had given him enough madira, enough alcohol or whatever herbs. They have kept him hungry, they have kept him inside a cage. And imagine such a powerful elephant kept inside a cage, not allowed freedom. It is frustrated, it is ready to charge. All it needs is someone to charge at. And Krishna being the most attractive, who else can you go to? Ravana, Kamsa, they were all attracted ragingly towards the Lord only, isn't it? So here also even the animals behave the same way. And quickly he caught Krishna with his trunk, but Krishna very deftly slips out of the clutches of his trunk and gets inside his legs. Now he's searching everywhere and he's not finding him. He's trying to kick underneath, he's not finding him. And the Krishna Bhagavan is playing game with him, and his frustration that he's not able to catch Krishna is making the elephant even get madder and madder. And after that, Karindrastamabhidrutya karena tarasagrahit karad vigalita somum nihatyangrishvali yata. This is the one where the Lord slips out of the trunk of the Lord, etc. Then continuing, Sankruddhastamachakshano घ्राणदृष्टि सकेशवं परामृषत् पुष्करेण saprasayyavinirgatah. In the 7th verse he says that having not found Shri Krishna, just tell these kids not to bang the door. Whoever is going or coming, tell them not to bang it.
We just lock that.
उसको लॉक कर दो बाहर.
That was on the door. Just
just open it.
No, the lock button. Open.
Leave it open. Okay.
The outside one, leave it open. ऊपर से बंद अटक जाता है ना. धाड़ 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 धाड़. And having not found Krishna around him, and how can you find Krishna if Krishna doesn't want to reveal himself? Isn't it? He is the Lord. Brahma, Shiva, Indra, they can all keep searching, but if Krishna decides, I don't want myself to be shown to them, they cannot search for him and find. They can search for him, but they will not find him. Lord reveals only by his own free will, not because you are searching for him. But does that mean that we should stop searching? No, we must search. So this elephant also is doing the same thing, and again, this time, this madly cheesed off elephant, Kuvalaya appeared. He caught the Lord with the trunk. However, the Lord again escaped from his hold, tightly seizing the mighty elephant by the tail, just like in the when you used to take the calves and cows for grazing. He didn't do that to the cows, but with the calves, they used to catch the tail of the cow and they used to make the cow run here and there. So just that easily, that sportingly, the Lord catches the tail of the elephant and makes the elephant, this elephant which had the strength of the 1,000 elephants, he is making him go round and round, and he pulls him backwards. Elephant wants to go forward, but he is pulling him backwards with the tail, and he is getting frustrated. Here it says where Pucche pragruhyati balam dhanusha panchavinshatim vichakarshap yatha nagam suparna iva leelaya saparyavartamanena savyadakshinato babrama brahmayamanena govatseneva balakaha. So here they are telling that just like when you used to go for Brahmanam in the forest with the calves, and just as easily as to play with the calves, similarly he is playing with the elephant. This was in the 9th verse, and then at that time the Lord has caught him by the tail and is pushing him here and there, and then he decides. What does he decide? In the 10th verse now. ततो विमुखवभ्येत्य पाणिना हत्यवारणं प्राद्रवन् पातयामास सपृश्यमान पदे पदे. In the 10th verse he says, then going in front of the elephant and striking with his hand, the Lord in his attempt to throw it down ran swiftly before it. So first he, as if teasing him. हम क्या करते हैं जब बच्चे खेलते थे, हम भी जब छोटे थे, अभी बच्चों के साथ थोड़ा सा मार दो और भागना शुरू कर दो, वो तुम्हारे पीछे पीछे आता है. I used to do that with the cat, some people do it with the dog, some people do it with husbands, some people do it with wives, some people do it with children do it with children, isn't it? तो थोड़ा सा तंग किया, you disturb them a little bit, and then whom you have disturbed, they start running after you. Like that, कृष्ण भगवान उंगली करते हैं उसको और भागने लगते हैं. He is running in the front and the elephant is running behind him. वो मजा. He is playing. It will take him one moment to kill the elephant, but they have come to the entertainment theatre. No, everyone is there for entertainment. So then in the sadhavan kridaya bhumau patitva sahasotthitah tam matva paditam kruddho dantabhyam sohanan kshitim. So here in the, where are we? So while running, you see this kid fellow. Where is this fellow? Anubhav? Here. So he comes. This morning he came, and I am sitting properly, and he is tickling me like this with this finger, because I tickle him like that, or his father does it, so he does that to me, and then he falls down, wanting me to do the same thing to him. और हंसे जा रहा है. अभी मैंने शुरू भी नहीं किया, सिर्फ उंगली हवा में ही है, and he is tickling, he is laughing away as if the finger has already touched him. So he has fallen down. Did anyone make him fall? No, he did it himself. Lord did the same thing. Lord, he is running in front just to show to the elephant, "Arey, मैं थक गया, गिर गया." Oh, गिर गया. The elephant came right behind him. the elephant came right behind him, and after following him, the Lord got up immediately and stood on the side, and but the elephant, because he was running after him, he was about to kick him, but the Lord rolled onto the side, and he kept running forward, and he became very angry, the elephant, क्योंकि हाथ से शिकार चला गया. So he turned around, and at that time, taking him to be fallen, the angry elephant struck the ground with his tusks. And then in the 12th verse, Swavikrame pratihate kunjarendrotyamharshitah chodyamano mahamatraihi krishnamabhyadravat rusha. So having become frustrated that his attempt at killing or hurting Lord Krishna had been fumbled by the Mahout, he turned the elephant again towards the Lord, and then tapam tamapatantamasādya bhagavan madhusūdanah nigruhya panina hastam patayamasa bhutale. And as he turned him towards the Lord Krishna, as the elephant was approaching Lord Krishna, the Lord came rushing and caught him by the trunk, and without any too much of show of strength, toppled him down on his side on the ground. And after that, he put his hand on his head and the trunk and pulled out the tusk, one of the tusks from the elephant. And with that, first he kills the Mahout, and then he kills the elephant, or the other way, whichever way it is told. And in this way, this is the end of Patitasya padakam kramya mrugendra iva leelaya dantamutpatya edebhyam hastipashtahanadhari. So sportingly, without any, see, even Kalyanag, all the Rakshasas that the Lord has killed, he has not put any effort in it. And so what we have to understand from this story?
Lord is doing Leela.
Lord is doing Leela, yes, subjectively. Subjectively?
Killing the ego.
Huh?
Killing the ego. We can't see the Lord unless He reveals.
True. Take the whole context. Take the whole context. Whom has he killed just now? So what is that he is killing within us?
Aham.
Aham is Kamsa. He is killing the
Mother.
mother. So this sense of strength that we have inside, sometimes when we are doing tapasya, when we are doing japa, when we are doing meditation, and we keep invoking the strength from inside, that no, thoda aur rukenge, thoda aur karenge. But when you are saying a little bit more, it is I which is saying that, and you are invoking your strength. The strength must come as a result of love for the Lord, not as a result of your willpower that you are using. No, I can sit for 4 hours, and then after that, for the whole day you are frustrated. Of whole day the body is aching. Not like that. You do long pujas, you can do it. As in, if you are doing it for the Lord, you will not feel tired at all. But if the strength, if the willpower has been utilized to do that I can remember everything, I can do everything correctly, your attention is on the dravya, on the strength, then on the body, then this type of what you call mud comes. And another, as she said, the easiest solution to removing the negativities from our system is not through willpower, is not through chanting those mantras which can remove them. They will do only temporarily so. Then what is the best way to remove them permanently? By remembering the Lord. And that's what is being told here again and again by the Lord, and continuing. Chant. Pani samavishat asanyasta Hirankitaha Virudhasvedakanika
Same thing was repeated. These are only 3 lines, not 4 lines.
Continue.
Eva
Janardanau Rangam Vivashitu Rajan Gajadantavara Mallanam Shanirmruna Naravaraha Strinam Smaro Murtiman Gopanam Swajano Satam Kshitibhujam Shasta Swapitro Shishu Mrityur Bhojapater Virada Vidusham Tattvam Param Yoginam Vrishninam Paradivvateti Vidito Rangam Gata Sagrajaha Hatam Kuvalaya Pidam Društva Tavapi Durjayau Kanso Manasvyapi Stada Vrusha Mudvivije Nrupa Taure Jaturangagato Mahabhujau Vichitra Vesha Bharnastra Marau Yatha Nata Uttama Veshadharinau Manakshipantau Prabhaya Nirikshatam Ikshata Uttama Purushau Jana Mancha Sthita Nagarashtraka Nrupa Praharsha Vegotkalite Kshana Nana Papurna Trupta Nayanaistada Nanam Pibanta Iva Chakshurбhyam Lihanta Iva Jihvaya Jighranta Iva Nasabhyam Shilayanshanta Iva Bahubhihi Ucho Parasparam Te Vai Yathashrutam Tadrupa Gunamadhurya Pragalbhyasmarita Iva Etau Bhagavata Sakshat Dharir Narayanasya Hi Avatirna Vihanshena Vasudevasya Veshmani Esha Vai Kila Devakyam Jato Nitascha Gokulam Kalametam Vasan Gudho Vavrudhe Nanda Veshmani Putananena Nitantam Chakravatascha Danavaha Arjunau Guhyaka Keshi Denukonye Chathidha Gavasapala Etena Davagne Parimochita Kaliyodamita Sarva Indrascha Vimadakratuhu Saptahameha Kahastena Grutodri Pravaro Muna Varshavatashanibyascha Paritratam cha Gokulam Gopyosya Nityamudita Hasita Prekshanam Mukham Prashantyo Vividhastapan Taranti Smashramam Muda Channantyanena Vanshoyam Yadosu Bahu Vishrutaha Shriyam Yasho Mahatvam cha Lapsyate Parirakshitaha Ayam Chasyagraja Shrima Rama Kamalalochanaha Pralambo Nihato Sako ye bakadayaha. So here Shukdev ji is telling Parikshit ji Maharaj, what Parikshit? So after that, what happened after Krishna Bhagavan has killed the Kolyapid and sportingly he has pulled out the tusk from the trunk of from the mouth of the Kolyapid and with that killed the Mahut as well as the elephant, then both of the brothers take one hastadanta in their arms, that is their weapon, and putting it on their shoulder, they enter into the arena. And then what happens? And as a result of pulling out the hastadanta, the tusk, all the blood which has splattered. Imagine Krishna Bhagavan with blood splattered on his face, on his hands, on his clothes. He's looking beautiful. Imagine Balram with white skin. He's Gora. He's not Shamla. And on him also the red dots of the blood. They are looking beautiful. And with that chavi, they enter into the arena. And the moment, then what happens? Let's see. And behind them, some of the Gwalas, some of the Gopas, they are also coming and they entered. And after that, beautiful, then some explanation is given of the amphitheater and with all the the various princes, the various the wrestlers and all those various things. But eventually what happens is that once they enter there, here in the verse number एवं यहाँ से बताया इन्होंने, कहाँ से? पिबंतम एवं चक्षुर्या लेहंतम एवं जिह्वया जिग, हाँ तो in the 21st verse, it is told that as these two brothers entered into the arena, people can't take their eyes off the Lord. And what are the five senses? Seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting. Each one depending upon their Shraddha. Someone is seeing, drinking the beauty of the Lord. Someone is in his mind licking the Lord. Someone is, wanting, feeling that he is doing the alingan of the Lord. Another one is feeling after the fight, the fragrance that the Lord, the body odor that must be coming out of the Lord. He is smelling that in this way, meaning that everyone has a unique way of interacting with the Lord. Just like everyone has a unique way of interacting with you as a person. Someone interacts with you like a father, someone like a husband, someone like a brother, someone like a son, etc. Similarly, every person out there in the arena is interacting with the Lord in their own unique ways, and they are making the Lord to be their own. It is not, and not necessarily everyone is thinking only nicely. Some are thinking even vile thoughts. Some are thinking hateful thoughts. But everyone's attention is on the Lord. Everyone's attention is on the Lord. And in this way, so as they everything that they had heard of the Lord as a matter of tales coming from Vrindavan to the people of the Mathura, as if all those tales about Krishna have fructified today in the midst of the arena by them having interacted with the Lord through their five senses and their mind. Their day is fulfilled. And then after that, so in the 23rd verse, he says, एतौ भगवतः साक्षात् नारायणस्य हि अवतीर्णा विहांशेन vasudevasya veshmani. He says, actually descended through a part of Lord Sri Hari himself, who has his abode in water. These two brothers have appeared on this earth in the house of Vasudeva. So all these people are so thrilled by seeing the Lord and his brother that suddenly the gossip begins. And what is the gossip? This is the gossip. Someone is telling, who are these two? This is Krishna and Balarama. You know that these are the ones whom we are listening to the stories. These are the ones who are born to Vasudeva himself, Vasudeva and Devaki. And do you know that? Others says, and they are excited because after the terror rule of Kamsa, now all the elders, they are remembering the Akashvani. Others who have heard the tales, they are saying maybe he is the savior, and they feel that he is the savior. And in this way, then he says the younger, and then they say the younger one is the Krishna, and evam vai esha vai kila devakyam jato nitascha gokulam kalai tam vasan grudho Budhe Nanda Veshmani. And here it says, the younger one Krishna, it is told that he was born to the Devaki and Vasudev, and was then just at the time of birth taken to Gokul, and there was under the protection of Nanda Baba, and he was brought up by him. And then continuing, then now, because they are excited, now they have heard the stories, now they are recounting the stories what they have heard. That all the feats of Krishna from the time of birth till now, what has he done? Putananena nitantam chakravatascha dhanavaha arjunau guhyaka keshi dhenukonye chattadvidha gava safala etena Davagne parimochita kaliyodamita sarpa indrascha vimadakruta saptahamekahastena drutodri pravaro muna varshavatashanibyascha paritratam cha gokulam. So he says that he did away with the Putana, and then the Chakrasur, the Danav, he killed him. Then he uprooted the Arjuna trees. He killed the Keshi, the demon who appeared as the horse. Then Dhenukasur was killed, and then Gava Sapala Etena Davagne. Then he subdued the Davagni, which had come and to protect all the cows and the calves and the gopas and gopis. Then what is that? Parimochitaha Kaliyodamita Sarpa. Then he is the one who brought under control the Kalyanag sportingly. Indrascha Vimadakkrutaha. He broke the arrogance of Indra. And then Saptahameka Hastena Drutodri Pravaro Muna Amuna. So for 1 week long, he put on his small finger, he held the Govardhan mountain. He is that fellow whom our eyes are beholding right now. Varshavatashanish nibhyascha paripratratam cha gokulam. And when the heavy rains were, when his arrogance was broken, he was not prayed to by the Gokulavasis on the behest of Lord Krishna, and Indra rained heavily. Then he was pacified he was defeated by the Lord Krishna himself. The Gokul was protected by the Lord. Gopyosya nitya mudita hasita prekshanam mukham pashyantyo vividhanstapan taranti smashramam muda. How beautiful. Gopyosya nitya mudita. These gopis of Vrindavan and Gokul, they are continuously interacting with Krishna. And who is this Krishna? Who always unfailingly has a manda muskan, a very slight smile, pleasing smile on his face. And looking at him, seeing him day in and day out, the gopis are absolutely content. They have achieved everything that they have to achieve in this life merely by the looking at the Lord Krishna. How beautiful. Pashyanto vividhan stapan taranti. That is their tapasya. And they feel fulfilled. Taranti sma ashramam muda. And they have gone beyond all the ashramas. Brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. Being interacting with him, with the Lord in this manner, they have gone beyond all the 4 ashramas, even while living in those, seeming to be living in those ashramas. And who are these gopis? They are not just the married women. They were young, they were teenagers, they were married, unmarried, old. Everyone was lattu on Krishna. Vadantyanena vanshoyam yadosu bahu vishwatah shriyam yasho mahatvam cha lamsyate parirakshitah. In the 29th verse he says, the wise declare that protected in every way by this young boy, this race of Yadu will become very well known and attain prosperity, renown and glory. Shriyam, Yashodehi, Shriyam Dehi, Yashodehi. बोलते हैं ना वो देवी के महात्म्य में विशोजही. तो श्रियम is what? Shri is the wealth, and wealth is both the worldly as well as the spiritual wealth. So and who will be benefited by him? The Yadu race, Yadu Vansh. Then in the last verse he says, Ayam chasyagrajap shriman Rama kamalalochana pralambo nihato yena vatsako ye bakadayaha. One line is attributed to Balram. सब कुछ कृष्ण बारे के बारे में बताया, एक लाइन उसको कैसे छोड़ देंगे? तो एक लाइन चलो. What is this? So his elder brother Balram, he is also not less. He has also, he who has the lotus eyes, his name is Balram, and here it is Ram they are given. And what he has done? He has killed Pralambasur and Vatsasur and Bakasur, etc. And in this way, they are all singing the glory of Krishna and Balram. Jaineshvevam bruvaneshu turyeshu ninadatsu cha Krishna Ramau samabhyashya chanuro vakyam abravit he nandasuno he Rama bhavantau veera sammatau niyuddha kushalau shrutva rajnyahutau didrukshuna priyam rajnya prakurvantya Shreyo vindanti vai prajaha manasa karmana vasha viparitamatonnyatha nityam pramudita gopa vatsapalayatha sputam vaneshu mallayuddhena kridantascharayanti gaha tasmad rajnya priyam yuyam vayam chakaravamahe Bhutani na prasidanti sarva bhutamayo nrupa. So here the story continues. While Janeshu evam bruvaneshu turyeshu nindatsu cha. And while the people were talking, the Krishna, about whom? About Krishna and Balram. At that time, the Chanur started speaking. Vakyam abravit. He spoke from the where he is standing. He is standing along with his gang. And what does he say? He Nandasuno, he Rama, bhavantau veera sammatau, niyuddha kushalau shrutva, rajnya ahutau didrukshuna. So he says, "O Krishna, son of Nanda, O Ram, Bhavantu Veera Sammatau, we have heard that you are great warriors and you are great heroes and you are skilled in wrestling. Why? Because in the when you go to graze the cows and calves, what is their pastime? They used to do wrestling. So we have heard that you have wrestled a lot." He's basically उनको उकसा रहा है to, because that is the order from our Kamsa Maharaj. So he says that you are skilled in wrestling and people have been invited to this arena to put on a show for the king, and this king is also eager to see you because he sent a crew to call you. So come, we will have a what do you call, a Malla Yuddha. And Priyam Rajnya Prakurvantya Shreyo Vindanti Vai Prajaha Manasa Karmana Vacha Viparita Matonyatha. So here in the 33rd verse, he says that people should by thought, word and deed do what what they should serve the king by thought, word and deed. And here we should by thought we should think good of the king, by speech we should praise the king, and by our deeds we should make him happy. So here Malla Yuddha is a deed. And why we should do that? Because if king is happy, the kingdom will be happy. If the kingdom, what is kingdom? With all the praja, then it will be happy. And why we should keep the king happy? Because the king is the pratinidhi, or the what is the word for pratinidhi? Representative of the Lord himself, and therefore we must keep him happy. And in this way, nityam pramudita gopa vatsapala yatha sfutam vaneshu malla yuddhena kridantascharayanti gaha. And saying this, he says that what I told you before, that the cowherds, you are all cowherds, you must have been practicing lot of Malla Yuddha practice while you were taking the cows and calves for grazing, so you are well versed with this. And therefore tasmad, therefore rajnya priyam yuyam vayam chakaravamahe bhutani na prasidanti sarva bhutamayo nrupa. Therefore come and do what is liked by the king, and if we do what is liked by the king, everyone will be pleased because the king will be pleased, and because he is the representative of the God, and in that sense. Tannishamya bravit Krishno desha kalochitam vachah niyudhyamatmano bhishtam manyamano bhinatyacha praja bhojapaterasya vayam chapi vanechara karavama priyam nityam tanna paramanugraha bala vayam tulya balai क्रीडिष्यामो यथोचितं भवेन्नियुद्धं माधर्मा स्पृशेन्मल्लसभासदः. So, having listened to the call from the Chanur, inviting him to come and do Malla Yuddha with him, and Sri Krishna, who is Sri Krishna? Who enjoys doing Malla Yuddha. Even till the end, even after he grows up, every morning he will go and do Malla Yuddha. That was his favorite pastime. And here he gives a reply to Chanur. What does he say? He says, yes, we do live in the woods. Praja bhojapate rasya vayam chapi vanecharaha. We also live in the forest, and we are also the subjects of the king of the Bhojas, because our Kamsa and Agrasen, they are not from the Yadu dynasty, they are from the Bhoja dynasty. And yes, we are, and let us, therefore, we must do what is pleasing to him, but so that he is pleased, But there is one problem. What is the problem? Bala vayam tulya balaihi kridishyamo yathochitam bhave niyudhyam madhamaha sprushen malla sabhasada. So he says, we are Bala vayam tulya balaihi. We are very young. We are not even reached teenagehood yet. And tulya balaihi, and we are not very strong. Kridishyamo yadhochitam, the match should be between the equals. You are strong, we are not as strong, we are not as big as you guys are. You are like mountains, we are tiny mini, and in this way. And so let people not say that it is an unequal match. Why don't you call who is according to your size, and you call someone who is our size. We are ready to wrestle, but with the children who are of our size. And in this way, the Lord gives him, because he is for dharma. So he says, this is a dharmic thing. So he says, dharma means what? Do what is right. Between two opposite. So Lord always gives an opportunity. Remember, to the washerman, he gave the opportunity. To the Kuvalapid and the Mahut, he gave opportunity. He never goes and kills just for the sake of killing. He always gives an option for us, for anyone to exercise. To everyone. To Ravana he gave, to Kans, to Shishupal, 100 times he gave the chance to correct his ways. If he had stopped at 99, the Lord would not have killed him. But he gave him the option. He is giving us also the option. How long will he give us the option? Which is the 100th mistake that we will make,
Human birth.
Huh?
Human birth, then we don't make use, then lower species.
But even while we are in the human birth, have we committed 99 mistakes of not remembering the Lord, not praising the Lord? We don't know, isn't it? So beware. He's not. Sometimes fear also works. But here Lord is not is not invoking fear. He is invoking the fear in the Kamsa. Kamsa is a representative of ego. Sama, Dama, Danda, Bhed. In whichever way the Lord tries to invoke he wants your attention to him. To some people, he will say, call lovingly. Gopis, totally different way. To the cows and calves, totally different way. To the asuras who came, totally different way. To Akrur, in a totally different way, under the water. You see, isn't it? For the gopis, running away from them and then coming back to them, then massaging their shoulders, massaging their head, dancing with them. That is the way with them. So have you found in what way is he playing with you? Have we found what is the game that he's playing with us in order to attract us to him, in order so that we become surrendered to him? When our attention is on us, when our attention is on the I as an individual, when our attention is all on the I as the ego, I as the body, I as the brother, sister, mother, daughter, father, son, etc. And all these different I's, Lord will stay far away. Start thinking everything from the Lord's point of view. In this situation, how is he inviting my mind to be surrendered to him right now through this story? So all these demons were there. They're not. We are told before that they are the demons within us. They are the negativities within us. So by merely listening, we have two choices. Either we just take it as a story, or we subjectively interact with it. That if we have enough faith in the name of the Lord, that when the Lord has killed that demon, at that very moment, our love for the Lord is so much that that particular demon which he killed and whatever negativity that he represented has been taken out of our system. If this bhava is there, Lord does not care. Lord does not care how much dravya you use. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. That's all he requires. And that also in Bhagavad Gita he says, after what? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhi yuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. He says, Ananyas chintayanto mam. Think of me exclusively. If you are not able to do this, because that is at the manasa level, isn't it? Immediately next verse he comes down. What is that? Yat karoshi yadashnasi dadasi yat kaunteya madarpanam. So whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you eat, what is that? Yat karoshi yadashnasi.
Whatever you eat, whatever penance you do,
you do, everything you offer it to me. So even this penance, this is a penance. For me, it is the speaking, talking on the glory of the Lord, and for you, it is the listening. See, it is a penance. Heat is generated. How? For me, by speaking, for you, sitting and continuously to invoke the right bhava to interact with the story. You have to do that. Teacher will do his best to bring that, but in the end, this is the moment in your life which is not going to come again. How are you going to say, "Acha yaar, is baar ki ye to story mere ko pata hai. I'll just keep listening and show that I'm interested, but inside mera gunthi chal rahi hai." People do. So be truthful to yourself. Lord is only hungry for your devotion and love. He does not care with what emotion you offer that to him. Ravana offered it to him with hatred, isn't it? He gave him moksha, sarupya mukti. Kamsa, we will see, he is continuously afraid of Krishna, and therefore from childhood he is after him. See, that Shabari, she was for so many years. It didn't matter she knows puja or not. Someone's house I went, and they were offering me food, and suddenly someone who had come with me, Swamiji, we are having breakfast, they have not taken shower yet. She has not taken shower yet. I said, how does it matter if that lady has not taken shower? But is she feeding you with love? That is important, isn't it? So are you going to be more fixated on bath or no bath? Or are you more available to the love and devotion with which she is offering, isn't it? Must be some reason, must be whatever the reason must have happened. Who are we to judge them? That Shabri, she is eating and giving him the pips. Lord is not seeing what is she giving. Lord is not seeing patram pushpam phalam. He is not interested in all that. He is seeing the bhava with which you are thinking of him. What is the feeling behind listening? What is the feeling behind speaking? What is the feeling behind everything? Walking, talking. Is that feeling, is that thought, or is that feeling of, feeling can be anything, but are you thinking of the Lord? Is your attitude fixated on the Lord or not? So whether it is kama, krodha, lobha, matsya, it does not matter, as long as you are thinking of the Lord. See? So here the Lord is saying, again he is giving an option to Chanur and Mushtika. Mushtika is also standing there. He says, we are young, bring wrestlers who are of our size and we'll fight them. Otherwise you will incur a sin of, people will say, oh, this is an unfair fight, and they will boo you, they will cheer us. And in this way, Chanura Uvacha, न बालो न किशोरस्त्वं बलश्च बलिनां वरः लीलयेभ्यो हतो येन सहस्रद्विपसत्त्वभृत तस्मात् भवद्भ्यां बलिभिः योद्धव्यं नानयोऽत्र वै मयि विक्रमवार्ष्णेय बलेन सह मुष्टिकः न बालो न च किशोरस्त्वं balascha balinamvara. He says, you are neither young and neither you are a young teenager, kishore. You are balascha balinamvara. You are stronger than the strongest. We know. Why? Leelayebhyo hato yena sahasra dvipa sattva bhruta. Because you are just, why you are stronger than the strongest? Because you just not killed the Kuvalapid. We have seen that. And in this way, and who was this Kuvalapid? Who had the strength of 1,000 elephants. So therefore he is saying that for you to say that you are young, you are a child, you are not equal to us, that is not, we don't accept that argument of yours. And therefore, and we saw you killing that elephant just like that. Therefore, you should fight with those who are as powerful as you are. So he is not looking at the age, he is looking at the power, and there will be, and therefore Mushtika Chanur says there will be no unrighteousness, there will be no sin in doing so, and therefore come, let's fight with each other and entertain the Kamsa, and I will fight with you and Mushtika will fight with Balramji. And in this way, इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहिताय दशमस्कन्धे पूर्वार्धे कुवलयापीडवधो नाम त्रिचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः। क्या करें, यहाँ रोक दें कि आगे जाएं? Choice is yours. I will also give the choice. Huh? Only one. Kill him. And then go on holiday. No, one more class is there. Naughty, naughty. One more, na? Next week it will happen. So let's. थोड़ा सा करता है 15 minutes and then we'll. अथ चतुश्चत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच एवं चर्चितसङ्कल्पो भगवान् मधुसूदनः आससादाथ चाणूरं मुष्टिकं रोहिणीसुतः हस्ताभ्यां हस्तयोर्बद्ध्वा पद्भ्यामेव च पादयोः विचकर्षतुरन्योऽयं प्रसह्य विजिगीषया अरित्रिभ्यां जानुभ्यां चैव जानुनि शिरशीर्ष्णोरसो क्या है? शीर्णोरसोरस्तौ अन्योन्यम् अभिजघ्नतुः परिभ्रामण विक्षेप परिरम्भावपातनैः उत्सर्पणापसर्पणैश्च चान्योऽयं प्रत्यरुन्धताम् उत्थापनैरुन्नयनैः चालनै स्थापनैरपि परस्परं जिगीषन्तौ अपचक्रतुरात्मनः। हाँ वो कोई बात नहीं, अब ट्यून चेंज। यू चैंट।
तद्बला बलवद्युद्धं समेता सर्वयोषितः ऊचुः परस्परं राजन् सानुकम्पावरोधशः महानयं पराधर्म येषां राजसभासदाम् ये बलाबलवद्युद्धम्
राज्ञोन्विञ्चन्ति पश्यतः क्व वज्रसार सर्वाङ्गौ मल्लौ शैलेन्द्र सन्निभौ क्व चाति सुकुमाराङ्गौ किशोरौ नाप्तयौवनौ धर्मव्यतिक्रमो ह्यस्य समाजस्य ध्रुवं भवेत् यत्र धर्मः समुत्तिष्ठेत् न स्थेयं तत्र कर्हि चेत् स सभा न सभां प्रविशे प्राज्ञः सभ्यदोषाननुस्मरन् अब्रुवन् विब्रवन्नायो नरः किल्बिषमश्नुते वर्धतः शत्रुमभितः कृष्णस्य वदनाम्बुजम् वीक्षतां श्रमवायुक्तम् पद्मकोशमिवाम्बुभिः किं न पश्यत रामस्य मुखमाताम्रलोचनम् मुष्टिकं प्रति सामर्शम् हाससंरम्भक्षोभितम् पुण्यापदव्रजभुवो यदयं नृलिङ्ग गूढपुराणपुरुषो वनचित्रमाल्य गापालयन्नहबलकर्णयश्च वेणुं विक्रीडयाञ्चति त्रवश्चिताङ्घ्रिः गोप्यस्तप किमचरन् यदमुष्यरूपम् लावण्यसारवसमोपमनः दृग्भिः पिबन्त्यनुसवाभिनन्दुरापम् एकान्तधाम शरस्य यादोहने वहनने मथनोपलेप प्रेङ्खे खनार्भ रुदितोक्षणमाजनादौ गायन्ति चैनमनुरक्तदिशुकण्ठ्यो धन्या व्रजश्री कुरुक्रमचिन्तयानाः प्रातर्व्रजाद्व्रजत आविशस्तश्च सायम् again प्रातर्व्रजाद्व्रजत आविशतश्च सायम् गोभिः समं क्वणयतो निशम्य वेणुम् निर्गम्य तूर्णमबलपति भूरि पुण्याः पश्यन्ति स्म स्निग्धं सदयावलोकम्. Here the Lord see, when we saw the last verse where Chanur is telling the Lord that you are qualified to fight with us, isn't it? He is telling the Lord you are qualified to fight with us. After the Lord tells him that I am not qualified. Isn't it? Fight should be among the equals. Similarly, the right, we say that the Lord should come to us. We all say the Lord should come to us. But why should the Lord come to us? Have we ever thought? Why He has not come to us? Have we ever thought? What is lacking? What is the ingredient lacking? What is that?
Bhava.
Bhava is yes. I'm taking it more generally. Have we become qualified for the advent of the Lord into our heart and mind? Have we become qualified yet? So there's no point complaining again and again that why the Lord has not come, when will He come, blah, 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 blah. Have we become qualified? And what is the qualification? Ananyas chintayanto mam yadashnasi what? Yat karoshi yad ashnasi, yat juhosi dadasi yat. See? So have we come to that point where everything in our life is being offered to the Lord? Have we come to the point, next stage, that we don't even worry about that we are offering to the Lord, because continuously in our mind the thought of the Lord is, what is that? A japa jap sthiti. Continuously it is there. Without think, you are not even making an effort to think anymore. You are not even making an effort to surrender to Him. You are not the actions or your tapasya or your puja or your mantras or your speech or your listening. No. You don't care. Why? Because if I say that I am offering my speech to the Lord, for that much sentence I have forgotten the Lord. Lord's name came only in the end of that sentence. Previously I was thinking of other thoughts. I am offering the speech. All these words are other than the Lord. I am offering all my action. All these words are other than the Lord. But it is necessary. Begin like this. But point must come where whether you like it or you don't like it, whether you remember Him or you don't remember Him, whether you want to think or you don't want to think, we must come to a point where His name is reverberating in our mind and heart continuously. Then there is a possibility that He may take avatar in our heart. Then there is a possibility. And when will this state of disposition come that the Lord's name is reverberating in our heart and mind without putting our efforts? When will it happen? When through our efforts, yat karoshi yad ashnasi, we have kept offering everything, good and bad deeds, likes and dislikes, joys and sorrows, all our shortcomings, everything, our default processes, all at His feet. And a point has come where He removes them completely. You cannot remove them. He has to remove. When He removes them completely, then that ajapa jap sthiti will come. Not till then. Continuous remembrance, continuous intoxication of His remembrance. That the thinking of the Lord name is going on and you are bhor vibhor. See? Think of the stories again. All these secrets are given in the story of Krishna. The gopis, from morning till evening, what did they do? They made the butter, they milked the cows, they cleaned the house, they take care of their children. But where was their mind? When will Krishna come and we will be able to see Him, isn't it? So even though they are doing all the activities, but their attention is on the... Is He there in front of them? No. Then where are they thinking about Him? In their heart and mind, isn't it? Kamsa is also thinking of Him. So in his mind only one japa is going on. Krishna, 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 Krishna. But it is out of hatred. In gopis, it is out of union. It's out of love and surrender. If this thing clicks, it's a great joy. So here, so we have to first become qualified. To become qualified, the best qualification, what is that? Yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dhyana, dhyan, samadhi. Is that the best? Doing pujas, is that the best? Doing havan, is that the best? What is the best? There is nothing wrong with doing all those things. But if you don't remember the Lord lovingly, or remember Him and offer everything to Him, that is the best. Lord is the means, Lord is the way, and Lord is the destination. Remember this. In all other paths, in yoga, kundalini, kriya yoga, the means is different to the goal. The means is different to the goal. In bhakti, the means is the Lord and the goal is the Lord. And that's the click. And therefore, in this Kali Yuga, it has been said, where the mind is so continuously vigilant, it is so disturbed, for unwanted, it's not in your control, the times are such. The easiest way to make that mind which is thinking of unwanted thoughts by default, make him think of the Lord's name by offering everything at his feet, then he will come and take place in your mind. Then one can be like Vibhishana in the middle of Lanka, undisturbed, having compassion and love. Not like who is being ruled by Ravana. But Ravana cannot touch him. Not just because he is brother, but it is the devotion, the power of devotion that is there. So here, in this here, evam charchita sankalpo bhagavan madhusudana asasadatha chanuram mushtikam rohini sutaha. When he was challenged, Lord is not a person, if challenged he will going to take one step back. He is given the option has been discarded. Now with a firm resolution, with a firm sankalpa, charchita sankalpa bhagavan madhusudana. This Lord immediately came to fight with Chanur, and with Mushtik, the Rohini Sutta, Balram went and took place against Mushtika. And then hastabhyam hastayor badhva padabhyam eva cha padayoho vichakarshaturannyonyam prasayya vijigishaya. And they came with hands clasped into each other's and the legs trying to imbalance the other, and the feet were hitting each other. And Krishna and Chanur, and where are they? They struck with each other with the trying to overthrow each other, trying to make the other person fall down by kicking their leg off the ground. But after that, aratni dve aratnibhyam janobhyam chaiva januni shirashino rastau anyonyam abhijagnatuhu. And then the elbows struck the elbows, the knees with the knees, the head with the head, the chest with the chest, and they tried to counteract each other and trying to destabilize each other, and in this way revolving, pushing, squeezing, throwing down, slipping in the front or on the rear of the opponents. This way the whole thing was going on. Utthapanairunnayanaihi chalanaiस्थापनैरपि parasparam jigishantau apachakratturatmanaha. And in this way, wanting to score points, when you do boxing, you have to get the points. Either you clean off that this fellow at the count of 10 is not able to come up, but if that person is still living and alive and is standing on his feet, it is the counting of points. In martial arts also the same thing nowadays. So similarly here, each one is trying to get as many points and over each other, and they hurt the body of their adversary by lifting up, carrying, throwing back, and even fixing him to a spot. And in this way the duel went on. While this duel is going on, what is happening in the audience? Now suddenly the scene changes, and what is happening? Here it says, Tad bala bala yuddham sameta sarvayokshitaha ऊचु परस्परम राजन sanukampavaruthashaha. All the ladies who are standing in the what is that, in the amphitheater, on the steps, they were all sitting in various groups, few here, few there, and they started talking. And what is the gossip now? The gossip, they started speaking. They started speaking that this bout which is going on, this Malla Yudh which is going on, it is unrighteous. That it is wrongly matched. How can Chanur and Mushtik fight with such young kids? And they are so thin, they are so delicate, they are so soft, and Malla and Chanur are trying to throw them, and they are trying also to throw, but they are not seeing that they are just Krishna and Balaram, they just give koila pit. Their attention is, oh, how soft and gentle and tender Krishna and Balaram are. So their attention is lovingly going towards these two, and they are saying that they are so feeble, and then they say that Mahanayam vata dharma esham rajasabha sadam ye balabdham rajon vinchanti pashyatah. They say it is absolutely unrighteous on the various mantris who are there, king's mantris, and also on the king, who are allowing, sitting there looking at this Malla Yudh going, unrighteous, unmatched Malla Yudh going on, and not doing anything, and not trying to bring a stop to it, and not telling even the king that this is not right. What comparison can be there between the two wrestlers, Chanur and Mushtik, who are so powerful and like two mountains, and the two boys, Balram and Sri Krishna, who are extremely delicate limbs, the girls and the ladies, their heart is going, he is captivated. He is only 11 years old, 11, 12 years old there. And these are the feelings that are coming out of them, who have not yet attained even their youth, and they have been made to find with these two mountain-like creatures, Mushtik and Chanur. And certainly they are now cursing all these fellows, who are the courtiers and the ministers. Certainly, all the demerit will fall upon all these fellows who are watching and not doing anything about it. And in this way, then here it is told in the 9th verse, in the second part of the 8th verse, it is told what? Kochati sum kumarangau kishauro napta yauvanau. Again after that, dharma vyatikramo yasya samajasya dhruvam bhave yatra dharma samutteshtan natheyam tatra karhichit न सभाम प्रविशेत प्राज्ञः. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. सभ्य दोषान अनुस्मरन् अब्रुवन् बिब्रुवन् अज्ञो नरः किल्बिषमश्नुते. So here they say, here the ladies are talking that one must never stay where unrighteousness is being practiced. Why? If corruption is there, unrighteous there, if you are there and you are sakshi to it, then those type of samskar may go, because you will keep remembering. What will you? Oh, you did wrong, you know. Because you are anything that is bad, we interact very intensely. I don't know why, but it happens. It's very easy. Whatever is good, it takes long time to impress our mind. Whatever is bad, immediately it impresses our mind. The intensity is very different. See, to be good takes long time. To be angry and bad, to hate, patak. To make friends, long time it takes. To win someone's heart, long time it takes. To break, patak, एक ही बारी में, talak, 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 khatam. kutti karne, kutti. Yeah, these kids used to do kutti. 1 second. Then that fellow, how much time that fellow spends to make his sister become friends with him again, isn't it? Nay, I will do this, it is our secret, I will not trouble you anymore, I will give you my gulab jamun to you, I will do this, I will do. Then she demanded, will you do this, will you do that, will you do that? Asha, now we are bestest of friends. Promise? Promise. After 10 minutes, again, kutti. Very quickly, isn't it? And then again 10 minutes go in appeasing the friend, isn't it? How much time did Gopi spend trying to appease Lord Krishna when he vanished from them, isn't it? Gopika Git, that is what it was. He vanished. It took him so long. How long it did take? Was the vanishing of Krishna slowly he became, he vanished? One moment and next moment he was not there. These are things to ponder upon. So here it is told in the 10th verse that न सभां प्रविशेत प्राज्ञः सभ्य दोषान अनुस्मरन् अब्रुवन् बिब्रुवन् नज्ञो नरः किल्बिषम् अश्नुते. He says, recognizing the faults of those present in an assembly, a wise man should never enter that assembly. For a man keeping silent, even though knowing the fact that there is something wrong, or making a false statement in order to please those assembled, or pleading ignorance, incurs sin. And that is the sin because of which Bhishma Pitamana had to die, because of which Dronacharya had to die. Everyone who witnessed an unrighteous act of disrobing of Draupadi was seen with their eyes, they were present, they did not say even one word to stop that Bhishmacharya, that Dronacharya. They did not get up and catch Dushasana and Duryodhana and throw him out of the... They had the power to do that. And they had to pay the price for that. See? So, if they had such great warriors, such a person, Bhishmacharya, who could give up his life whenever he wanted. Sometimes we also, when we are in certain, does that mean that you go and tell every person in the world, hey, you are doing wrong, hey, you are doing wrong? Kya hoga phir? Try, simple example. You will come to know. When you are driving, if someone horn every time, one person will stop and thrash you forever. Try. No, I was telling you, you are driving wrongly. Bang, bang, bang. I am telling you. Or flash the lights again and again for every person. If they don't catch you, police will come and catch you. We are not here to teach others. But this statement is not made for the sake of the other people, for the sake of the assembly. No, this statement is made so that we protect our mind. Our attention should be on the Lord. It should be on the righteous. And what is the most righteous thing in the world? The Lord Himself. Understand, don't think that you have conquered anger, you have conquered jealousy, you have conquered kama, krodha, lobha. You cannot. Unless and until the Lord does, and those who say they have conquered, they can hold it to an extent. But if the opponent is stronger to invoke it out of you, you will lose. But when these abnormalities of personality, negativities have been removed by the Lord, by the remembrance of the Lord, you don't even realize that they have left you. That is the best way of releasing them. And for that, you So we all come here, why? We are not coming here to gossip about each other. We are not coming here, she did this or he did that, or oh, why he did not come. When I ask someone why someone has not come, it is out of concern why they have not because, for any other reason. But if we are, we are not here for bickering. We are not coming here for bickering. We are coming here only for the sake of the Lord. That is the only purpose. If it is any other, either this satsang will wash you, or you will find that you don't fit in this place. This is what will happen eventually. And slowly this group, this satsang that we all come together, we have not created any group, even though on WhatsApp it is, but we all independently with free will we have come together. Slowly it will get dissipated and somewhere else it will start. But what have we gained out of that? See, we went away with only gossip, we only went away with bickering, we only went away with some negative feeling because our attention was what other people are, what are they all about, why they are like this, why they are not like that. Our attention is not on the Lord. Then these things automatically start happening. So beware that don't bring those negativities into this, to any satsang, not only this satsang. Don't bring it into your life. If you don't bring it into your life, then it will not come into your mind. Now we are going from outside to inside. Then it will not come in your mind. When it is not coming in your mind, the remembrance of the Lord will be more often. So in this way, protect yourself. That is why and here see how the ladies of Mathura, who are all suited, booted, stylish, they are sitting there, they are all with etiquettes, not gawar like the gopis. Now, their heart is also captivated by whom? Not by the wealth and the last few days this thought is coming. When you entered Mathura Nagari with Krishna a few weeks ago, how was the Mathura Nagari? The most livable city. When you entered in Ramayana, entered Lanka Nagari with Ravana, it was the most livable city. Where are you living today? In the most livable city. What happened to the most livable city? Satya Sai Baba says, don't focus on the infrastructure, develop your intrastructure. It is his famous statement. Develop your heart. Our focus is schools are good, every 2,000, 5,000 people or 2,000 people have a swimming pool, primary school, secondary school, shopping center. This is infrastructure. It's good it is there, but it is there by default. Now that it is there, are you going to be a Ravana who wants more infrastructure, or you are going to be like Vibhishana, who is developing, while living in that place, he is developing his infrastructure. So Bhagavan has given us the opportunity. Half of our problems are taken care of by the government here, by the society in this particular environment that we are, but we still are so busy doing everything but remember the Lord. And in this way, the ladies, so the first change is coming where? Among the people, the ladies who are sitting in the amphitheater, they are captivated by the beauty and the divinity that is being, what is the word? Exuberating from the Lord and Balram. And therefore their thoughts are going that we should not stop here, we should not wait here to see this unrighteous act being done. And therefore in that, while thinking about the Lord and thinking about the unrighteousness, they pass a statement that demerit will come to those people, those who are allowing this to happen. And some ladies started saying, look at the face, dripping all over with perspiration like a lotus bud sprinkled with water. And Sri Krishna quickly shifting his position about his adversary. So they are, imagine, from that far away they can see even the sweat of the Lord. They are so focused. See? So, and what his actions are, that how quick he is, how deft he is with respect to Chanur. And then continuing in the 12th verse, she says, Kim na pashyata ramasya sukhamātāmralochanam mushtikam pratisamarša hasasamrambha shobhitam. Then not only about him, they talk about Lord Shiva, about Lord Balram also. They say, blessed is the soil of Raja on which treads in a merrily sportful spirit the most ancient person, whose feet are adored by even Lord Shiva and Rama, disguised in a human semblance and adorned with flowers of various kinds, tending the cows in the company of Balram and playing on his flute. What austerities did the gopis do that they had 12 years to spend with Krishna and Balram? Now a slight hint of, can't say jealousy, but they're comparing that we have missed out on 12 years of life of Krishna. If we were also in Braj Bhumi, if we were also one of the gopis there, if we had taken the decision to go to Braj Bhumi and spend the time when we started hearing the feats of Krishna, when he killed Putna, those type of thoughts are triggering these type of comments from these ladies. And they say that what austerities did the cowherd woman perform, by virtue of which they continued to drink with their eyes the most bewitching form of the Lord. We are getting the chance only now, but they drank the nectar in the form of the Lord day in and day out for 12 years. Just thinking of it, it was bringing a thrill to the hearts of to these women of Mathura. And then and what is this form? Here in the 13th verse he says that Gopyas tapa kimacharan yadamuchya rupam lavanya saramasamo urdhva siddham. And what is this? What does this looking at the face, drinking in the nectar of the form of the Lord? Always look at the Chaitanya form of the Lord. Never look at the Jada form of the Lord. But what does it do? Here it is told, what is the siddhi it brings? It says that it brings splendor, it gives glory, it brings renown, and it is very hard to attain, very difficult to attain in life, and they got it for 12 years. And they have already qualified. That to get to Narayan, remember one of the verses, to get to Narayana, even Brahmaji, Shivji and Indra Bhagwan, they find it difficult, isn't it? But here the gopis have found it so easily, and they have gone beyond all the objective world to be surrendered at the feet of the Lord. And then in the 14th verse they say, Drubhi pibantyanuma savabhinavam durapam ekanta dhama yashasa shriya aishwarasya yadohane vahanane mathanopalepa Prenkheng khanar bharudito kshanamar janadau. Drukbhi pibantya. By drinking this, what does it bring? Yasha, Shriya, Aishwara. Yasha is name and fame. Shriya is wealth. Aishwara says a lot of wealth.
Aishwarya, Saundarya, beauty.
Beauty. Aishwarya is, no, Aishwarya can be many meanings.
Saundarya is beauty, there is Saundarya.
What is that? Saundarya is also
We are
there.
talking of Yasha, Saundarya and Aishwarya.
Saundarya word is not there.
यशः ऐश्वर्यस्य
ठीक है. You understand what is.
You can see
Let's not get into mechanics and into the words. क्या कह रहे हो?
You can see Soundarya in it. So.
नहीं, that is fine. Saundarya.
Junior.
Not in Sanskrit. Not in Sanskrit. But Aishwarya can be many different things. Just like Chara, the verb chara means to move. But chara also means to graze. Both. So similarly, Aishwarya is, in what context it is being told? Maybe it is in the, not maybe, it is in the context of Saundarya, it is in the context of wealth, it is in the context of name and fame. And then there he continues. Blessed are the women of Vraja who celebrate him in song while milking their cows, pounding the corn, churning the curds, plastering their floor, rocking the cradle, lulling their crying babies, sprinkling and sweeping their houses, and attending to such other duties with a mind full of love and a throat choked with tears, whose movements are inspired by the thought of Krishna. So this is now the standard that is put in front of us. Are we speaking, hearing, talking, thinking, doing, experiencing, interacting, communicating with an inspiration, and our attention is that inspiration is coming from the Lord, because Lord is of the nature of inspiration. Those people who in the name of the Lord become lazy and do nothing in the house or in their life, that no, we are devotees, I am not interested in doing this, I am not doing this. Right? You have to, whatever the life is presenting you, you have to interact with it 110%. And that, if you do it as an individual, you will get exhausted after some time. If you do it with inspiration, which is born out of remembrance of the Lord, there is no exhaustion. Look at Swami Sridharanandji. He's 90 years old this year, I think. But look at him. Till now, last 5-6 years, he is still going to America, New Zealand, Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney. What keeps them inspired? Wherever there is a gain, it will exhaust you. Where there is no attention on what am I going to get out of it, you're doing it only for the joy of it, there is no tiredness. Someone asked when we were studying in ashram, Swamiji, these kids, they came only once. America से आया था कोई 30 मार खा. Swamiji, whole lecture Brahman, don't they? After one lecture, Bapre, it's enough. And they are listening to it for 2 years. I pity these brahmacharis and brahmacharinis. And he made this statement in the middle of a class by raising his hand. Swamiji stopped everything, told me, stop the recording, told the video, stop the recording. Mahatmaji, get up, he could, get out. ये शेर थे, अभी भी शेर हैं, पर अभी टेम हो गए थोड़े। भगवान ने टेम कर लिया, हम लोगों ने नहीं। Get out. He didn't care. How can you? First, you are being allowed to attend Upanishad class, which normally people during course they don't allow anyone except those who are committed. खड़े हो जाओ, get out. दरवाजा out. हाँ, उसके बाद immediately after that, एकदम जब उनका उस समय काली दाढ़ी and little bit white coming in, एकदम देखे भी तो ऐसे फट जाती थी एकदम। And immediately after that, next moment, हाँ चलो, let the leela begin. Next moment, आए हंसा हंसा के थका दिया till the end of the class. See, ऐसे अपने मन में कभी भी ऐसे नहीं आना चाहिए. Never it should come in your mind. Oh man, this is tiring. That very moment, if you're getting tired about something, understand that very moment you are thinking about something in this world. You are wanting something in this world. You are running away from something in this world. You are desiring something in this world. Therefore, exhaustion is coming. You want to achieve something that maybe it is not written that you will ever get it in life. And you are putting effort after effort after effort and getting exhausted, and whole life has gone, and in the journey, likes, dislikes, hatred with this, comments on this, and जो चाहिए था वो तो मिला नहीं. Enemies you have created, Bhagwan ka naam you have not taken even once on your lips. What's the point of such a life, isn't it? So here a standard is being set or is being presented to us, and the women of Mathura are remembering it so that they can raise themselves up to that standard. It is not just अच्छा अच्छा बहुत अच्छा standard है ऐसे नहीं, to raise themselves up. What fortune, what good deeds, what karma, whatever, what grace of the Lord, that all these gopis did everything, because the stories used to come and they are not jealous of them, that in spite of doing all their duties, they did all those duties with inspiration, and that inspiration with which they did the duties, the source of that inspiration was the remembrance of the Lord. If it is not, then Ras Leela would not have happened. If it was not, Samadhi will not happen. If it is not, Ajapa Jap Sthiti will not happen. If it is not, the joy that you experience in this satsang, that will not happen. See? So we have to inspire, and inspiration doesn't come by our willpower. Motivation comes by willpower. Motivation is always for something. Inspiration, inspire. What is inspire? Is the breath of the divine. The Latin meaning of inspire is the breath of the divine, the life, that which gives life. What gives life? Objects of the world don't give life. The Lord gives life. So when we are inspired in our thought, word and deed, whatever we do, that we must do it with inspiration. But that inspiration must be invoked by remembrance of the Lord. This is the one point that we must go away with today. And thus, possessed of endless merit, and are those women who, having heard his music, as he sallies forth from the Vraja in the morning and returns in the evening, along with the cows playing on the flute, come out hastily on the road and behold his smiling countenance, enlivened with kind glances. So they are recounting what did we do for the last so many months since we started not only Canto 10 but also from the beginning. We are recounting the stories of the Lord. Why? So that our mind gets impressed with the thought of the Lord. Now what are these Mathura women doing? They have heard these stories, but now they are remembering their stories again, so that their mind and heart start feeling that same feeling and emotion and love and ecstasy and thrill that the gopis were experiencing. They want to bring that environment in their heart and mind, and therefore this remembrance. We'll leave it here for today. We'll continue from verse 40 onwards in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om. I took 1 hour after that.